about.
Wait, how many years ago was yours? Oh, wait, you said
same year as yours.
Girl,
how many years ago was yours?
I think I had a stroke.
Are we both having it? I smell toast. Are you smelling it? We are making toast.
Okay, great. Yeah, that explains it. I used to work at 8x10 Club.
In Baltimore?
In Baltimore.
Yeah, we played the 8x10.
I was like a cocktail server, I guess, but I made zero money because that place is small. So people were like, no, I just went to the bar. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I remember seeing Clap Your Hands, Say Yeah there.
Oh, great. That's great.
And I think it was before they got, not that they're like crazy big.
They were like decent.
They're like decent,
yeah.
But it still like wasn't very full. Like that's what I mean. As a cocktail, I was like, you don't need me. Anybody can just go to the bar. Like nobody.
You're like, can you just pay me a good hourly? Because I'm getting nothing.
And all the girls that did make somewhat money were like hustlers. They were just like, hey babe, do you need another drink? And I just like I was like, I'm distracted by the music now.
That's what I did on stage. I would just yell out to people like, hey babe. By the way, before we get too deep into it, I want to talk about the tea that we're drinking.
Oh yeah.
So we are drinking Paru's coconut chai, which you chose.
Yes.
And it's so good.
It is really good.
For those that are listening at home, Paru is a California tea brand based in La Jolla. And this is a rooibos tea. So you can do this one. Typically for rooibos, I would steep for longer. For this one, you steep it probably around like 210 right under boiling, and for around 3 minutes. And it's really good. I really like it.
I like it too. I feel like it's not as chai-y as I thought. Like chai can be very spicy.
Yeah.
And I feel like the coconut like mellows it a little bit.
I like it a lot. And occasionally with a tea like this, I throw in like a little bit of oat milk, just go a little crazy.
Yeah, that's
you
wild.
don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You're like, no, he's wild. Wait a minute. So if you were in Moco or grew up near Moco, let me say that. Moco adjacent.
Yeah. Well, no, I grew up in Moco.
Okay, I can say that.
Yeah, you can say that.
It was Potomac where you were like,
yeah,
no.
Potomac, I technically, don't tell people this.
No, I would not.
I gotta get my street cred.
Oh, listen, on the mean streets.
Yeah, I tell people outside DC, and I'm like,
everyone says that, greater DC area. Yeah. Wait, so how did you get here? Why? And I'm very saying this in a loving way because I'm so happy you are. But why are you here?
I don't know. Sometimes actually.
Yeah, me either.
I went to college in Towson, which is outside Baltimore.
Thank you. That was very helpful for me.
And
what was the name of it?
Towson University.
Obviously. Yep. Yeah, I knew it.
And then I feel like I went to college and I was like undecided. And then I like saw Hair, the musical. And I was like, I want to be an actor.
No.
That really inspired me.
Hair
the
did
musical.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never seen it.
I think I wanted to before. Like I wanted to in high school but I had a really terrible drama teacher that basically didn't give me any roles because I didn't have titties, and that was like his thing.
I never cared for him. I didn't want to say that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Honestly, nobody likes Mr. Deanna, and I'll say his name. Fuck it, I don't care.
Honestly, I wasn't going to. I always hated him.
I knew it. Thank you so much. And anyway, so I got my degree in theater. Like an idiot, and because that's so helpful. Like a dumb, stupid dumbass.
Yeah.
And and then afterwards I wanted to move to LA to be an actor, like a dum-dum.
We're all stupid out here.
Yeah, really stupid. I only stayed for a year, and then I hated it. I stayed here for a year. I hated it. We lived in like Beverly Hills, West Hollywood, and just that wasn't my vibe. Like it's very like
there isn't really a vibe in the space between those two.
Yeah, I worked at like Morton Steakhouse, and like it was just very like, darling, do you have my Prada bag?
Yeah,
we're gonna go to Area tonight, and I was like, oh, I hate it here.
Oh.
And then I moved back home, and then I moved to New York for a little bit, like 6 months. But I had the worst luck in New York. I like broke my foot immediately and had no money.
I was about to go, I remember that. I don't remember that. I have no idea. I was like, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Okay, so whatever. And then I came back, and it's been here ever since.
Hold on. Okay, wait. So you're in New York. Things aren't going great. And you go, let me go to a place that I tried once and hated.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Well, because I feel like when I moved out here with like my friends from college, and then kind of gradually when I went back home and then New York, more friends from college came out here. And then I kind of shifted focus. I actually did music for like a hot second. And then I shifted to mainly do comedy. Like in New York, I started to do UCB. Technically I did Groundlings out here, but anyway, I did UCB there. And then I was writing a lot more. And my friends out here had started a little production company and they were like, well, if you come back, then we'll film some of these things that you wrote. So I was like, well, I can tough it out in New York, even though I broke my foot and I'm purging all my money.
And probably a walk up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. New York, I also realized so quickly, like the tricks of it. Like you can't tell the cab that you're going to Brooklyn from Manhattan until you're in the cab.
Correct.
Because they don't care if you're carrying suitcases and hobbling on a walking boot. They're going to be like, bye. You're going to Brooklyn? No.
The worst is when New York cabs do this, but I actually think the worst offenders of this are Ubers when you call them at the airport. These are the worst offenders when they go, New York cabs will pull up to you and just stick their head and go, where are you headed? Mm-hmm. And people, when you call an Uber, they go, hey, just got your call. I'm about 5 minutes away, so just so I know where we're going to be going. And if you answer, then they cancel your ride.
I lived in New York before Ubers because I'm old. But
I think we're probably right around the same age, I guess. Yeah,
probably. But
we both just turned 21.
Yeah. Alcohol's crazy.
I know. I'm like not even used to it.
Me neither. I like throw up all the time. It's wild. No, but yeah, the cab thing happened because they would say like, where are you going? And then I learned to not say shit. Get in the car and be like, Brooklyn. Now you legally have to take me there.
I would say, oh, you can head south on this, and then I would give them a second, or like east, or whatever direction you're facing, because it's all one ways over there. Well, I would just be like, oh yeah, we can just you can keep taking sixth, and yeah, so we're going to Brooklyn.
Yeah. And then cross the bridge and keep going because we're going to Brooklyn.
Did I say six? What I meant was Park Slope. That's where we're heading. Yeah.
I do love New York. I always think about going back there. I idealize it a little bit, I think.
How long have you been here?
Like 14 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think you were going to beat me.
No, it's too long.
And this is an unfair question. Are you, if you could do it all over again, would you come back?
I would come back because I definitely feel like, especially the first few years in LA, like we're so like when I got back, I was like, see, this is where I'm meant to be. I like immediately started improv at IO West.
Yeah.
And like got an internship immediately. So I was able to like go through the whole program. And it was just like things were like falling into place. And I was like, the universe wants me to be famous. And then it didn't, you know, and then a lot of other,
not yet,
and then
not yet.
Yeah, we're going to make it soon.
Are you good at being a dreamer? Because I have doubts about myself all the time.
Yeah, I think I used to be. I'm trying to get back to that because I feel like I used to be very like, if you manifest it, and then
only in that voice.
Yeah.
Though. Like, if you
put a vision for it up, then it will happen with intention. And I don't. I'm trying to get back to that a little bit.
I'm not
believing
good
in that stuff. Me neither. But I used to. I think I have it in me. I just you get a little curmudgeon-y sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when all these young people and they're like, I don't know, TikTok. I'm on like very inspirational TikTok right now.
I'm certainly not. I'm on rabbits eating fruit. You think I'm kidding? Dead serious. Yeah.
No, the thing is, I know you're telling the truth.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that, like life stuff happens and you're like, see, nothing's fair.
Yeah, that's...
I'm trying to get out of that.
This may be too personal, so feel free to be like, cut it. Have you ever been or are you in therapy?
I was for a very long time. And then I just stopped recently because I started this job and I need to figure out insurance. Like I was on a sliding scale place, but now I need to get back into it.
That scale's going to slide up.
Yeah, they're like, bitch, no.
Yeah.
Make slightly more money.
Oh, God. I had that discussion with my therapist. I asked because I just was in therapy today. Mm-hmm. And I said to him, I was like, I not that I don't enjoy being here with you because I do, but I want to understand what your diagnosis is of me and how we're going to fix it. And
it's the best way to approach therapy.
Yeah. And he's like, that's not really how
it works.
And, but one of the things we talked about is he was like, one of the things I do as a therapist is I help you see some of the ways in which you live your life and some of the ways in which you approach particular issues, problems, choices. And we determine whether the ways that you are doing those things are actually helpful to you, or if those are things that you want to change. And if those are things you want to change, I can work through with you how one would go about changing that. And I go, like, I would love to not think about being a failure all the time. And he goes, yeah, that would be an easy one.
That's a good way to start off.
Yeah. But like, that is the thing. I talked to him about that. I was like, I want to get back to being like a dreamer, but it's hard when you're over 30 and you're just like, oh, I remember dreaming at one point.
Yeah, that was so stupid of me. What a dum-dum.
Why did I do that?
I remember when I started improv, and I think it was like when Lonely Island just kind of broke out. And so I was like, we're going to be the next Lonely Island guys. Just wait. Like, so confident that if we worked hard enough, it would happen. Also, I feel like we grew up, like, we're millennials, and I feel like we grew up with boomers that were like, if you work hard enough, you will get your dreams. And then we were like, the fuck, we will.
Yeah. Wait, so, okay, so you wanted to be an actress, all that, but you gravitated to improv. Mm-hmm. When did you start doing stand-up? You're so funny.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So I did improv. I think like even early on, I always like was better at doing comedy than like the drama. So I got into improv right after college, and then I did that for a long time. And then I was like, I still love improv, but the thing about that is like, you really have to rally. Have you ever done improv? You did Chicago, right? Yeah. But yeah, so I did improv. Oh, the thing about improv that I found was like, it's just really hard to like rally people. You know, you're like, guys, let's do a show. And then there's always like a straggler, people that show up late and they don't want to warm up. And then and I think I always loved stand-up. Like I grew up watching stand-up as a kid.
Yeah.
I like was obsessed with Eddie Murphy and like Martin Lawrence.
Two people that I think you're very similar to.
That's what That's what I've been told before.
Yeah, 100%.
I get that all the time.
I honestly mix you up. If I close my eyes, I don't know who it is.
Yeah. Thank you so much. But I never thought I could do stand-up because I'm a little bit shy, or like I would have stage fright being myself. Like if I had to do like a speech, I would be like, hey, so anyway, I just get nervous.
Yeah, you also get a transatlantic accent there.
Geez, you guys.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just turned to Jimmy Stewart. I was like, guys, let's go. I don't even do a Jimmy Stewart. How did we get here?
Good.
I'm gonna start putting it in my SNL audition packet.
Obviously, you should.
Yeah, I send one once every few months. It turns out they don't accept them that frequently. I just send one every few months so they know I'm still here.
And they're like, restraining order.
Yeah, I'm like, hire me. No, anyway, go on. You were saying you get stage fright.
So
yourself.
I used to get stage fright, and then also like I think I'm just not a big setup punchline person. I would say like I'm more of a storyteller.
That's interesting because you have a lot of punchlines. I just saw you perform like a month ago. Yeah,
but I guess it just doesn't. I don't know why. I just told myself I was like, I'm not meant for stand up, but I really love stand up. And then I did improv for a long time, and everybody actually told me I should do stand-up. Technically, I did it once in college, and I did really well, but I don't know why. Yeah, you were there.
Yeah. Towson.
Yeah, Towson.
Yeah.
But I don't know why I never did it again. It was just like a self-sabotage thing, I guess. I was like, not me. I'm going to do Shakespeare, the thing that I've struggled with.
Yeah. I'm going to do this really hard thing where the English is confusing.
Like at all. Yeah. But anyway, finally, long story short, my friends told me to take a class. They were like, you should just take this class because I feel like do you know Judith Shelton?
No.
She's amazing.
I know Judith Light.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Same name,
not
different
personally.
person. Oh, yeah.
I just mean she was great on
love
Who's
Judith
the Boss.
Light. Yeah. And Transparent. Great.
Best part of Transparent.
Honestly, she's incredible. But anyway, Judith Shelton, amazing comic. Knew her also from IO days. And she did the class, and it was great because it just like she didn't necessarily teach you how to do stand up. She just gave you like deadlines and like so much encouragement.
Like deadlines, like so you will have a 5-minute set by this.
Well, it'd be like deadlines, meaning like once somebody told me like, oh, you're supposed to write certain jokes by next week, then that gives you like a deadline. You actually like do it instead of just like, I should do stand up and then never actually write anything.
I would have had a problem with that. And like Elliot gets on my shit about this all the time, but like I've never sat down and wrote jokes before. So like I would have a doozy of a time doing that.
I think that she really does help you like find what it is. Like, is it like voice recording or just like, or some people, she would just give you like a subject and you just find it on stage. Because she was somebody who she's like, I found it on stage.
That's exactly what I do.
Complete opposite of me. I'm like, I would never find it on stage. I would completely lose. I don't know why, because I have an improv background. And for whatever reason, that turns off. Like
and you just freeze.
Or I just like don't come up with funny shit. Or I'm like, so anyway, somebody was talking about cigarettes. Yeah, so my dad died of a heart attack. Fuck, why did I bring that up?
I have to ask, not to get really bummed out. We don't have to talk about this if you don't want to. Did your dad actually die?
Yeah.
Okay, so my dad did too.
Oh.
How many years ago for you?
9.
I was about to like brag. I was like,
well, mine was yesterday.
Wait, 2014?
Yes.
So did mine.
No.
What was the date?
What's your dad's name?
Yeah. Oh my God. Do we have the same brother?
3. Dimitri.
Oh, okay. I thought it was right there. I thought we had
too.
it. I was 100% like, you're my sister. I'm like scared. Like, was it in the warmer months or the colder months?
No, it was like Christmas Eve.
Okay, no, okay.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve.
And technically, I guess Christmas because it was like 1 a.m. or something.
You know what? But props to your dad because when I know for a fact, and this is going to sound vain and I don't care, when I die, I want it to be a spectacle. And, and I really respect that your dad was like, if we're going out, we're going out on Christmas.
I want you guys to remember this every fucking year.
Yep, 100%. No, my dad died on May 2nd, so it was in the warmer times. And I remember the first thing I said, my mom was like, I can't believe he's dead. And I was like, I can't believe he didn't die on a holiday. That was
honestly, you're like, wow, now I'm going to forget.
Yeah, what's the point of
May
this?
2nd, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
who cares?
What is 5-2? That's not helping anybody.
Oh, what a dick.
Can I get like a 12/31?
Exactly.
Let's ring in the new year with
Literally.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, you really missed out.
That is funny. I've talked about.
Wait, how many years ago was yours? Oh, wait, you said
same year as yours.
Girl,
how many years ago was yours?
I think I had a stroke.
Are we both having I smell toast. Are you smelling it? We are making toast.
Okay, great. Yeah. That explains it.
Yeah, we do that for every guest. After we have tea, we just have toast with jam and butter.
That's so cute.
It's lovely. It's preserved. But no, I used to do a little bit of do like a few jokes here and there about having a dead dad, and then I had a 10-minute set that is the darkest 10 minutes I have. It's about death, car accidents, cancer, all this stuff, and I just have not really done it as much because its batting average is maybe 50%. Sometimes it kills, and other times I feel like I'm getting killed. You know, it's not good.
I did, my job, they had like a father, the HR department of my job is very like, guys, let's make this fun. And so for Father's Day, me and, one of the other, me and my manager are comics. And they were like, you guys should do like a dad joke stand up. And I was like, why? Like,
I would have been like, no.
Literally every comic says that. And for some reason, my manager was like, yeah. I love how I'm purposely not using her name because I don't want to.
Yeah, now that's all I want to know. But yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, so we did it. But I was like, the thing with my dad, because I don't have like dad jokes. I was just like telling jokes about my dad. Is like it's like he was maybe in the mafia. He like went to jail. Like
he's the greatest. I weirdly like love your father.
Absolutely, me too.
Yeah,
and like
the man.
it's very cool. But there's so many jokes about him that I want to do. Like even. This isn't good. I didn't need to figure this out. But when he died in his heart attack. He died in his car of a heart attack, like outside of his friend's place. They were like going to go gamble to Atlantic City, and I guess in his car he had the heart attack.
Oh, East
and
Coast.
The first thing his friend did was take a video of my dad to like as like proof that he died of natural causes. And then at my dad's funeral, he tried to be like, do you want to see the video? And I was like, no.
You're like, you know what? I think maybe let's put a hold on that.
Literally, why would you think that? But I was like, how fucking mafia is that? That like, who takes that? What are you trying to, like, he's just like, look at this, no stab wounds at all. Wow, just sitting here dead in his car. Like, anyway, I'm trying to maybe work that out into something. But my point is like,
I think
it's very dark. It's just very like, everybody's like, oh no, she saw his, mugshot in the paper when she was a kid. And I'm like, but it's funny.
I used to, so in that 10-minute set, one of the things I said is 10 years ago, I got a phone call that my dad had cancer. And I was like, he's actually here tonight to see the set, Dad. And everyone turns around and I go, I'm just kidding. He's dead. He's dead. No, he's dead. and some people love it. And some people are just like, you're a psycho. And I'm like, he would have found it hilarious.
Totally, yeah. Those jokes are hard because you have to like work extra hard to make the audience comfortable,
which is a huge problem.
So I think that's why I haven't worked on them in a while. But I agree. I want to at some point talk about it because it's funny.
Do you know Katrina Davis?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Katrina was like, I said to her, I was like, that I can't make that set bulletproof. Like I cannot make it so it works in every room. And Katrina goes, who cares? And I was like, run that back. She's like, I wouldn't want my sets to work in every single room. You know, something that everybody likes, nobody loves.
Ooh, I love that.
And I was like, cool. She's like, if some people hate it, some people love it.
True
and I was
that.
like, okay. And I was like, maybe I should get to doing it again, but I just haven't really gone back to it.
Yeah.
My sister heard me do it and was just like, that's definitely a thing that you just said.
Yeah. Great. That's okay.
What you did there is interesting.
Yeah, my sister I don't know. I'm gonna try to work on it. I would like to talk about it because I think it's crazy. My dad also he when I had to go to his apartment to get his stuff, he had court summons, a bunch of court. I just found out so much stuff about my dad. There was a bounty hunter looking for him. His friend was like, I need the death certificate to give to the bounty hunter. And I was like, what bounty hunter?
How have you not written a movie about your father?
I need to because I feel like I still don't know so much about him just for what he's kept secret.
It's like my big fat Greek. Oh my God, someone's trying to kill my dad.
Yeah, literally, very that.
Yeah, is that too long?
I'm gonna ask Nia Vardalos. I think she'd be cool with it.
I think she'd be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, what I just pitched is a slightly lengthy title, but
yeah, I think people will be like, "Hey, do you want to see my big fat? Oh my God, did my dad kill somebody?"
Yeah. That which to be honest, it would get my attention.
Yeah. Okay.
Think about it. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Very long title. Didn't we all see it?
Absolutely. You're right.
Done.
I'm writing this. I'm pitching this.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I'm giving you no credit.
No, so let's be clear. You can put him as an executive producer. And by him I mean me. I'll be there. I'll just be one of those producers who stands in the back going, "Great job, everybody." You know?
That's the best producer.
Should I be a producer? That seems like a job.
I think you also have to come up up with money if that's
less excited about what you're laying out there. Well, I guess it's probably time for the first segment. Are you ready for the Newly Friend game?
Yeah.
It's like a newlywed game, but we're friends. I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
You're going to write down your answer on your whiteboard. But
Okay.
you are not going to tell me.
Okay.
I'm going to try and guess what your answer is. And we'll flip our boards, and then we'll do the same or a different question for me.
Okay.
I had a different question for you, but I think I'm going to abandon it entirely
Ooh.
and instead go with a question I just thought of based on our conversation.
Okay.
I was about to be like, what's your favorite thing about having a dead dad? No, I didn't know you did improv. So my question for you, and don't tell me the answer, write it down, is what is your favorite improv warm-up game?
Okay.
All right, you want to flip your board on
Okay.
3? 1, 2, 3 flip. Oh, that's a really good one. I love it. Okay, so Sophia wrote mind meld. I wrote 5
I forget
things.
what 5 things. Oh, I do like 5 things too.
Yeah.
That's fun. Oh my, absolutely not zip zap.
Okay, I was
zop.
scared you were going to say that. And I was like, I
No.
really hope that you're not.
I do
gonna
like
say
when we bring the 900 other things in zip zap zop, and then there's 500 things going on at the same time. That's fun.
Yes, and we used to do that with, I think they called it patterns,
Mm.
where you would they would be like, okay, you're gonna do breakfast foods, and you'd send it around the circle in a weird order, and then you do it a few times until you got it, where it's like, okay, every time I say Cocoa Krispies and send it to Sophia, cool.
Oh yes,
then they
yes,
would
yes.
introduce a
I
different
remember.
thing, which was like baseball teams, and I'd be
Yes.
like, I don't watch baseball.
Yes.
But I would name the ones I know,
Yeah.
and and then you would do by the end you'd have 15.
Yes, I remember that. That's
That
very
was
fun because
fun.
you're very baseball, and then that was super
I
fun.
think that's the thing I miss most about improv.
Oh, I know. They're so fun. I took a clowning class recently. Have you ever done a clowning class?
So no, but why I just got so is because I read a book called Why Is That So Funny, which is about the history of clowning in Commedia dell'arte, and it was fascinating.
Ooh, why is that so funny? Ooh.
Yeah, why is that so funny? I thought you were
Okay.
asking it's not really that funny. It's just an interesting read.
Why would you even bring that up?
I was like,
Yikes.
get out of my face. Okay, are you ready to do it for me? We'll do the same question
Yeah.
for me because actually this is really fun reminiscing about my improv days. This is such a wackadoodle game.
Okay,
It's
I love
really my
this.
favorite. All right, flip your board on
Okay.
3. 1, 2, 3, flip.
Oh my
God, you
God!
got it. That is the craziest. I cannot believe you got it. So
That's
we
so
both
crazy.
wrote, "Hey, Fred Schneider, it is the greatest game in the whole wide world."
That's
How
so
did you
I don't know.
that?
I was literally like, God, I can't even think about their improv games. That one just popped in my brain. Am I psychic?
It was, maybe it's because we're both water signs.
Yeah, that must be it.
You can put your board down. That's the whole game.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that's
the
so
whole thing.
fun.
I cannot believe.
I can't believe that. Hey, Fred Schneider, what are you doing?
I
Yeah.
used to be obsessed. People would be like, "All right, we're all warmed up," and I was like, "Are we though?" Did we Fred Schneider?
You know what game I also thought was super fun was what's the one that's like doo 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 doo?
Oh, blah.
Blah blah, da, blah, do.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called either, but there was something. It was just like you would say like car wash, do.
Yeah.
And then by the time it came on, I would just be like, car, fuck. Don't say car the next time. Don't say car. And then it comes back to me.
What
car
is that thing? Oh, I was trying to think about what made me think of. That just made me think of an episode of New Girl. I don't know if you ever watched that.
I used to love.
Yeah, when like Schmidt was like, all right, I'm trying to come up with words. So when I say sponge, I want to say the first word. 1, 2, 3, and they're all like sponge. He's like, no, not that word. Yeah. I used to have that problem in that game all the time.
Oh my god, I was be like, Sophia, this time don't say it, okay? Literally, you know not say car. Car? Fuck.
Yeah. You would literally be like, guys, everyone hold on. You can do this. You are strong. You're smart. Just get in there. I used to do that bit with one of the teams I was on where I would break into pep talks to myself when we were just like out and about.
Yeah.
And a lot of us found it hilarious. Some of us didn't. I would literally be at a restaurant and she'd be like, what do you want? I'd be like, sorry, one sec. God, just like order. You can do it. You've ordered 1,000 times. Just say it. Just say it. Maybe it's a burger. No, do I? And I'd be like, the burger? And she'd be like, okay.
And
you're I'd be like, yes.
That was so funny.
Yeah, I nailed it.
And your whole team is like this again.
Yeah, I think that the problem with like people who do improv is that some of them don't know when the bits need to stop.
Oh my God. I miss IO so much because it was like a place to go to that was just like so. One thing I don't love about LA is like there's not as much of a sense of community. It's like everybody.
Not as much of a sense. There's none.
Literally, there's none. I was trying to be nice. There is kind of a stand-up community, but not really. Like there's not like a sort of an ingrained let's hang afterwards. People are just like, oh, I love seeing the show. Bye. Whereas like
I'm very guilty of that.
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more of like an extrovert. So I'm like, do you guys want to hang out?
I think if someone gave me the expectation, they're like, hey, are you on the show?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. They're like, oh, like a bunch of us are gonna grab ice cream afterward.
Yeah,
like,
that's so fun.
I would totally do
that. Yeah, but I think there's something about I think it's so spread out and whatever. But I loved IO because it was a place that you could just be like, oh, I'm just gonna go there tonight. I'm gonna run into somebody I know for sure.
I'm trying to do that. A lot of people do that with like the Comedy Store or like the Improv.
Yeah.
I don't
either.
And I'm trying to get myself to. I think if like more people that I was really tight with were there, I'd be like if someone like you or like again like Lynn or Cotty texted me and were like, hey dude, we're all going to the Comedy Store tonight. Are you coming?
Sure.
I'd be like, yeah, I'll go.
Definitely.
Sure.
I know people are always like hanging out at the lab and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, you're not even going up, and you're just here to support. That's crazy.
I don't even know what that sentence means. Like, I didn't even put my name in. I'm like, sorry, I didn't.
What?
So, Ronnie, did you say it slower?
Yeah.
I'm like, you didn't. You came. So you came here.
Yeah.
And you wanted to hear some of the best and worst comedy you'll ever hear in your life, and sit for 2 hours. But you didn't want to go up. Yeah, I don't think I can speak to you anymore.
No, you're crazy.
A psycho. It's funny. I'll roll my CNR there too if someone
crazy. Yeah, that's right. Crazy girl. But IO was also one of the places that like even though I would go to because I'd be like, oh, I'll run into somebody I know. There's certain times where I was like, fuck, because it's just like bits, and you're like, can we just have like a normal conversation?
I get accused in my own relationship of doing too many bits, but I don't think that that's fair because I think she thinks more things are bits than they are. Like she'll be like, stop doing that bit. I'm like, no, it's not a bit. Like where's your half of the rent? Like, it's not like ha ha ha. Like seriously though,
I get it.
Can't afford it. No, but like yeah. So I do a lot of those. I mean, are you in a relationship right now?
No.
In your last relationship, were you more of a bit heavy individual?
No.
Oh, no bits.
I'm more of like I'm a very like I think a lot of people are like, you do stand up because I don't think I exude super funny vibes in my day to day.
Interesting.
But I'm a very playful person. So in my relationships, I really want somebody who's like playful with me, like who can be like just be stupid little kids together.
I just love that your impression of playful.
Like let's build a fort.
What I learned with Jazz was she was the most playful person I'd ever dated in my life.
I love
and
that.
And I was like, oh, I didn't know how much I needed
that.
This.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like, it was a much bigger deal than I think I
feel like I felt that with my last relationship because I don't think I knew how much I didn't, I liked like, not necessarily acts of service, but like just these little moments of adventure. Like, I don't know. I remember one time telling him like, "Oh, I never had a relationship where like in high school where you're like, let's go out to like make out point." And so
Yeah.
he like arranged something where we could like drive to some cliff area and just like have like listen to music and hang
Make out.
out and make out a bunch. And I was like, "That's so cute."
That's adorbs. Yeah, I mean, like the kind of playfulness that I was unaware that I was getting is like she will occasionally like I don't even know what the wrestling term is. Like if I'm like in bed, we'll just like jump on the bed and just like essentially like people's elbow me.
I love
just
that.
like tackle the shit. And I'm like,
That's
why
so
would you do
fun.
that? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, you're insane.
I love that.
But it's great.
I love
It
that.
is very fun.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm just like, you're bananas.
I love her already.
Yeah.
I feel
I guess
we
you
would
two haven't
totally get
met.
along. We would get along. I mean, I already know because she's a Cancer. When's her birthday?
July 16th.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We're
that's
close
right.
by. Yeah, I'm July 20th.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. I
did
wanna know.
Did I seem like I didn't know that?
Yeah. What's her rising and her moon?
Oh, come on. Like I have that. I don't know. I don't even know my own.
Yeah, we got to figure this out. I'll figure it out. I do this to everybody.
Oh, good. Do you?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'll give you my information.
Okay.
You can let me know.
Yeah.
That sounded like I was going to be like, here's my social security number.
That's what I need for it. So.
Yeah, and it's weird. I remember. Yeah, you texted me. You're like social security, credit card, and
Yeah.
PIN, which I
Yeah.
thought, why would the PIN?
You
have
just
anything to
do.
with
So
it?
just yeah. I mean, I know astrology. You don't. So
No, obviously.
Yeah.
I've actually never even read about it, which
Yeah.
is nuts. Yeah, and I'll also give you my mother's social security. She's slightly older.
Thank you.
So yeah, I can just give you
Okay,
that.
great. Thank
if
you. And
need
then I'll
it.
figure it out. And then I'll text you eventually.
Yeah, you'll be like, once I run away with all that money,
Yeah.
I'll text you back. I hate to do this because I'm having so much fun, but
Yeah.
are you ready for the final segment?
Yeah.
So this is the lightning round.
Okay.
It is the same 5 questions we end every podcast with.
Okay.
But I want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I'm really interested in your answers to these.
Oh boy.
Sometimes I'm just like, we're going to get to these questions. But you've been so fun. I kind of want to know these. Question 1, what is a favorite ritual of yours? So mine is brewing tea.
I would say, which is funny because I haven't done this ritual in a while, but I want to get back to it, is morning pages.
You do morning pages?
Yeah, I used to do them like religiously for a long time. And then for whatever reason, the last like year I haven't. And I feel like I can feel a difference.
Did you... How long is the time that one does that for? Is it like 7 minutes,
It's supposed to
20
be
minutes?
well, the way I do, because I did it from the Artist's Way.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be 3 pages. And that usually takes me about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason you're going to be like, what a shit reason. The reason that I never got into it was because I was like, I have to wake up essentially 20 minutes earlier than I usually would to make time for this. I'd rather be sleeping.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough. I think I came from working a lot of like night jobs, so that was easier because then I'd be like, I can wake up whenever, and I just 15 minutes. So now it's a little bit harder to do it when you have to like factor in extra time.
Yeah.
And then I also found that sometimes I wasn't sure because you usually complain. You're always like, well, fucking what the fuck else did I?
If that were morning pages, I'd crush. Yeah.
And it's good to like get it out, but sometimes I was like, is this bad that I'm starting out such a negative note? But I do think it like helps you get it out. Yeah.
Question 2, what is a running bit you have with a friend or partner that makes you laugh?
Let's see, running bit. The first thing that came to mind, this doesn't necessarily make me laugh per se. Well, it's kind of funny. My friend just always updates me when somebody dies, when a celebrity dies, especially. Like we have just like a long text thread of her just texting me when people die.
Does she just say the name or does she write so and so?
No, she'll say, and then it's just sometimes it's like a very obscure person. I'm like, who is this? Like,
yeah, you're like, I don't know that person.
And she's like, he won the 1954, triathlon, or just like, where are you getting this information?
Do you have any other text conversation outside of it, or your entire text conversation?
Literally, most of it is that. It's like this is somebody who I've known since I was in middle school. So that like friendship where you can like she called me last night. She's crazy. She's also like, and I love this about her because I kind of envy this about her.
Yeah.
Like, she'll just be like, "Oh, I'm calling you because I went. I'm driving an hour to take a picture of the super moon in this one like crazy like desolate area." But I'm like, I love that, because I feel like I'm like, oh, I'm bored and I just scroll on TikTok or watch something. She's like, I'm gonna go crash this wedding party that I saw. Like, I was just like, she's
Where
a Leo.
does she live?
She lives in, oh my gosh, she lives in like near Annapolis. I forget what it's
so
actually.
back in Maryland.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, but
I'm into it.
Majority of our text is people dying.
Great answer. I am curious. When you get the next one, text me. Be like,
I will.
Hey, this is who it was today, and I'll be like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
I hope I do, but I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Number 3, can you do an impression of one or both of your parents? The worse, the better.
Oh yeah. I mean, I do. My dad, he was like a Greek Kramer. Not that he was racist. Now that feels like that's not a good way to bring him up. But just he was very like, he had that like energy that like, hey, oh, so he was like, hey, how are you doing? Hey, what do you want? Do you want Diet Coke? Sit down, sit down, sit down. Like he was very like,
I would have liked him.
You would have. He was cool. I mean, he was like a criminal, but like in a funny way.
Yeah, but he sounds like he was very attentive to the needs of the people around him. And
he
that is a very nice thing.
And also the more you learn about the world, like he was a very like he just like it was like a stole from the rich kind of deal. Like
you're like, he just my dad was Robin Hood.
Yeah, he was Robin. That's what I could think of.
Demetrius Hood.
Yeah.
Is it Demetrius?
Dimitri. Yeah, Dimitri. It's close.
Oh, so close.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Is your mom also Greek?
She is. Yeah, yeah. I actually do an impression of. I do like a Greek mom on my Instagram, and it's kind of pulling.
On your Instagram. I was
yeah.
Like, did I see that on stage? I don't think so.
I'm gonna do it on. I'm gonna do it at Andy's show. Anyway, Andy Ryder. Anyway,
I'm very familiar with Andy. Yeah.
But
Andy's the one who just got me. He had me buy a journal, and he's like, "You got to journal every day."
You have to. It's so good. Do night pages. I think night pages are just as good as morning pages.
I'm bringing them
do
back.
It. But anyway, I do an impression of my this Greek mom, and she's kind of an impression of my mom, and kind of my grandma, and kind of like other Greek women I know.
Synthesis of every woman in your life.
But she's very like, because she was like a party girl. Just even like she got remarried to my stepdad, for example. And at like 2 a.m, we're going to bed, and she's like, good night, have fun. We're staying up like till like 6 a.m. She's wild.
I wish I had that spirit in me still. When it's midnight, I'm just like, someone turned into a pumpkin. This man over here. All right, you kids take care. No one do anything too crazy. Gotta go put in my mouth guard. Like.
Gotta keep those teeth straight.
You know what? Listen, I don't know why my dentist has me sleeping in the mouth guard, but I do now. And does it work? I don't know.
Yeah. You just have trust, I guess.
That's the thing. I'm like blindly believing that this works.
Yeah.
I also mouth tape now at night.
Oh yeah, I need to do that.
Do you?
I don't know, but I heard like that helps you with your breathing.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
How do I know?
True that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Question 4: have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? And if so, is there a particular moment that sticks with you?
Oh yeah, like every day, always. What do you mean?
Sure.
Forever. Wait, in a particular moment that sticks with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I have it so often that I'm like, God, which one to choose? But I will say, I guess I did like a 1-month residency last year in Austin, at this comedy club called the East Austin Comedy Club.
Was that the thing that Jamie also did?
Yeah,
Yeah, that looked really fun.
It was super fun, and it was such a great learning experience because honestly, like I bombed quite a bit, but I was like, it was such a different audience than what I was used to, and it just taught me so much. I'm so happy I did it.
Yeah.
But when I first because I won this 1-month residency, right?
Did they put you up?
Yeah. Yeah. You got put up, but it was like it broke even essentially, and I still kind of ended up spending money. But
sure.
But anyway, when people were like, "Oh my God, that's so cool," I would just be like, basically do what I just did now, which is just be like, "Yeah, no, but I don't even know if many people applied really." And also like, I don't know, I would pay. I just would like talk down why. Yeah, it was never just like, "Thank you."
Yeah, you were never like, "Yeah, it is cool."
Yeah.
You were like, I don't know, like I think they thought I was Sophia.
Yeah.
Another very funny comment.
You guys ever know Sophia?
Yeah.
I mean, she's so good, but not me.
No, I'm trash. No, I get that. I totally get that.
I feel like also like I always like undercut things. Like this is not even I'm already doing it, but this is not even like necessarily brag. But I did this like ad on Instagram, and it's everywhere. It's like all specifically it's targeting women. So like every girl is like, "Oh my God, I saw your ad."
What is it for?
It's for this thing called TIA, which is like a health, it's like alternative health care where you're like, yeah, but we do acupuncture here.
Oh, fun.
Right. But I keep on wanting to be like, I didn't really get paid any money. And also like, I don't get paid for all of the watches that are happening. And I'm not even tagged in this, so.
You're like, they wanted someone else. Yeah. It's this girl, Sophia, keeps coming up.
Goddamn, Sophia.
I do the same thing. I'm very guilty of that. Someone will be like, great set. I'm like, I think it was fine.
Yeah, totally.
And they'll be like, I'm saying I really enjoyed it. I'm like, well, at least one of us did.
Well, you don't have good taste, I guess. I can't trust you.
Well, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
So I do the same thing. I have a major problem. I need to stop.
Yeah, me too.
Maybe it's a millennial issue.
I definitely think it is for sure. But
Yeah.
there's some millennials that really like, I'm like the audacity, like, especially the people that I think are worse have it less. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Why?
So have you ever heard of Dunning-Kruger?
Is this the one where it's like, wait, maybe.
It's essentially stupid people are so dumb
Yes.
they're not smart enough to know they're dumb.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the inverse of that is smart people
geniuses.
are so smart that when they see dumb people, they're like, maybe I'm the dumb one, because we if we're so smart but we don't know we're great, then we're like, well, I would know if I were great.
Right. Interesting.
And I'm not sure that I am.
Right.
It's
That's so true.
What a mind meld of an ender there.
I know, mind meld.
Question 5. Mind meld.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred Schneider. Question 5. Final question. What is your favorite tea? And if you're not a big tea drinker, what's your favorite comfort?
Ooh, yeah, I'm not a big tea drinker. This has been like fun little enlightening one. I was like, ooh, coconut chai might be my
you made
jam.
a great choice. I love
yeah,
this.
this
Yeah,
is me
great.
too. My ultimate comfort. I mean, horror movies.
That's a fine answer.
Yeah.
You love horror movies?
I love horror movies.
Can you tell me, in the past few years, one or two where you were like, this slaps?
Yes. I actually just saw Talk to Me.
So that is
weeks
on
ago.
Jess and I, before we met, both hated horror movies, never watched them.
Oh my gosh.
Then when the pandemic hit, she goes, we should watch some horror movies. I said, why? She goes, well, it can't get worse than this. And now we've seen tons.
Yeah, there's something about the pandemic, because I watched so much. Like, I was always a horror fan, but during the pandemic, I was like, every day I was like, when am I gonna watch now? And there's something like cathartic about it, I think, because there was so much tension that it just like helped get that out.
Should we see Talk to Me?
You should definitely see Talk to Me.
The trailer didn't make it look great.
Don't pay. I also like to go in blind as much as possible, so I didn't even see the trailer.
Oh.
I just saw like on TikTok people mentioning it, and even TikTok, I was like, I don't trust you guys sometimes. You guys said other movies are gonna be good, and they weren't. And also, I'm a big snob with horror, but yeah, Talk to Me was so good. And also the other one that I would recommend, I've told I have to warn people that it's disturbing, but you know, it's a horror. Is Speak No Evil. Speak No Evil. Yeah.
Never even heard of that.
It's I think I want to say Danish or Dutch. I forget what it is.
It's hard to get Jess to watch foreign films, but okay.
Yes. No, it's good.
That's the pod. How do you feel?
Oh my God, great. This was so fun. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah,
please come back anytime.
Yeah, I would love that.
That was Sophia Zolan. You can follow her on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Sophia Zolan.
We'll be back next week, so until then, happy steeping.
I think they're more sensitive than they want to let on, so they really like stifle a lot of emotion.
Oh no, I cry all the time.
Yeah, but I think
Huge crier.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. My ex-boyfriend was a Scorpio.
Oh, I thought you go. Oh, I know. Like I've seen
I've
you
seen
cry.
you, yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Really?